Bonjour everyone, Madame Blue here. Welcome back to my channel. Now I do need to say a couple of these videos will be, I guess, weird looking because I had sped them up, but I didn't realize that they were so fast. So you literally could not see anything, so I had to slow them down. So I did go to look at apartments in Houston back in March. So I did not include any pricing because it's a guarantee that almost all of these apartments have increased. This first apartment I did not like. Like, the pictures were nice and the inside didn't look too bad, but the whole area was just janky. And me and my mom was like, nah, fam. Now this one was my absolute favorite. It was within budget. It was a 2-bedroom. It was within the budget that I wanted. It was really nice looking. But when it was time for me to move and I went back to look at the apartment reviews, they didn't have good reviews anymore. And people were saying that when it rained, it flooded, and I just could not take a chance. I didn't know if it was from the rain. I didn't know because like if just something needed to be fixed within the apartment to keep the rain out. Either way, I was like, I cannot have it raining inside or like flooding inside the apartment when it rains, because it rains all the time. So I was like, nope, had to take them off the list. Also, one thing I really liked about them is they were not breed restricted, because in the future I plan on getting an Akita, and that dog is usually breed restricted. So I liked that, but unfortunately it was a no. Now this one bedroom was too small. I did not like that, but she was telling me that this particular unit had a stairwell to itself, so you didn't have to worry about sharing the stairs with anyone else. It had its own front and back entrance. I did like this one too. I didn't really care for the color palette, but it was still a nice apartment. But the reviews, I was really serious about checking the reviews, um, because it's just certain things I cannot deal with. But people kept saying that the people in the office was rude, which I'm like, whatever, I can deal with rude people. But I think price wise, it was just other apartments that I looked at that were better. Now these first set of apartments, all the way up until a sixth or seventh apartment, whichever one is Pearlwood Lake, they were all centered around the salon suite, one of the salon suites that I wanted to work at. So they were all like within 3 miles. My cousin told me to make sure wherever I live is close to where I work, because if not, I'm gonna be driving forever. I did that in Arizona. It's annoying. I did not want to do it again, at least not for an apartment. So I made sure to find something around where I wanted to work. So this was my number one favorite, because I wanted a 2-bedroom. The price was very reasonable for a 2-bedroom. However, the reviews for this place kept saying that the office was incompetent, and that they were. A lot of people also were saying that there were a lot of hidden fees. So when I was asking them how much everything cost, they just kept giving me the rent and like one other thing. So I'm like, that's all that goes into the final rent payment. No pest control, no trash pickup, nothing. Oh yeah, that too. So I'm like, tell me what all goes into it. Never can get a clear answer. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. I can deal with incompetent people. I'm still going to apply. So I applied like literally either the 3rd or 4th week of June. Why did they just give me a final answer a day before I left for Houston? I'm like, really? And they didn't want to approve the kid. I gave them so much information. I never give people my bank statements. I gave them 6 months of bank statements. I gave them my business information. I gave them my income sheets. I gave them my taxes. I gave them everything just for them to tell me no because of inconsistent income and you have to pay 6 months in advance. First of all, who's going to pay for 6 months in advance? Second of all, my average is what it needs to be. So what y'all complaining about? Ciao. And I had to keep messaging them. Like literally, I had to keep following up with them. Oh, what's your name? Oh, what's the apartment? Oh, the manager's not here. I'm gonna have to call you back. Y'all never do. Oh, look, I don't have time for this. But I was like, you know what? I really like them. If I can just get in. I usually don't have no problems. I just pay my bills and mind my business. But they were dumb just to tell me no. I'm like, y'all. And then she's like, oh, I need your social. I'm like, for what? She's like, can you send it to me an email? Why would I send my social via email? So I'm like, what is the social for? I'm to do a background. You mean to tell me I applied at this point 5 weeks ago and y'all still ain't doing no background check? This one was very nice. I think this one has a new name now. I think if you Google the name I put on there, another one comes up, so I'm assuming it has a new name. But the only thing I did not like about this one, they were kind of expensive. Well, they were like average, but for me, not what I wanted to spend. But half of their apartments were like just 2 stories, and then the rest of them were like high rises, so it was like 8 stories. And me personally, I do not like that. I do not want my door to open up to a hallway. I want my front door to open up to the outside. So I was not comfortable with having an apartment where you had to literally go up an elevator and down the hall to get to your apartment. I did not like that. And again, sorry, some of the footage is like strange. You don't realize what you're recording until you look back and you're like, oh, the camera wasn't as steady as it should have been. And plus, I was trying to look at the apartment while recorded. So this apartment only had a partial upgrade, and it was a 1 bedroom. Now this was one of the ones that was on like the high rise, so you have to take an elevator. You parked in a parking garage and have to go through this other stuff. I was like, nah, I don't like that. I'm not going to like that. This one I thought was so tiny. And I didn't even go see the second. This was a 1 bedroom. I did not go and look at the second bedroom because when I was trying to find it on the map, because it was not a guided tour, it was self-guided, I couldn't find it on the map. I could not figure out how to access the apartment, so I was just like, forget it. This one my mom liked so much. It was very nice. It was newly built, but the reviews for this one, most of them were bad. The recent reviews, because this literally was newly built, but this also was like one of those high-rise ones where you had to get on the elevator and then access your apartment through a hallway. So I already knew I was not gonna like that. Also, the 1 bedroom, the bathroom is very nice. I was very shocked, but the 1 bedroom, I believe, after taxes and stuff, was like $12.19. I only remember that because that's my birthday, $12.19. So I was like, I don't know about all that, because when I was thinking about where I wanted to be, I was thinking about the amount of space I was gonna get for the price, the area. They had roaches, because apparently it's a big problem in Houston. Even though getting on the elevator probably wouldn't have been that bad, let me tell y'all, I was in so much pain going up and down these stairs moving in. Child, today I'm trying to rest as best I can. So now it starts the apartments as in a different area surrounded by a different salon suite. Even still, they were all within like a 10-mile radius. Like both of the salon suites were on this street called Westheimer. And all of the apartments and all of that, they were probably like within, honestly, like within 6 or 7 miles. Now this location, they were newly renovated, but what I think that really meant was we just slapped a coat of paint up on it, because low-key that's what it looked like. Like, they were not bad, but when I called them, because I forgot to ask about flooding on all of these apartments, so I had to call them all back until my cousin started touring with me. Then I was like, oh, I was supposed to ask about flooding, and she remembered. So I called these people back later and asked them, and the lady at the front was so rude, and she never answered the question. Girl, get out my frame. Ooh, this is open. So this is big. This is the 1 bedroom?
Yes.
This is a big space. This is probably the biggest one I've seen today.
It's quite convenient. We went through a full remodel. kitchen countertops and bathroom countertops are 100% granite.
Wow.
Love this.
So all of our units come with washer and dryer connections.
Okay.
So everybody gets your own, and if not, we also offer 2 laundry room sites. And
Now, I don't think I have on here the other apartment. It was literally a block up the street, if that. And that location did flood during the last hurricane. So I'm assuming because they were literally a block apart that this location did flood. And they just didn't want to say anything, because I'm like, okay, if y'all just started working there, somebody who owns the building, he told me it was owned by a family. So I'm like, somebody got to know what happened with this building. So who else can I speak to? Oh, there's nobody. I'm like, bye, bitch.
right ahead.
Okay.
This is the welcoming. So as you can see what I was saying earlier, the sink, that's what changes when it's
Oh, okay.
upstairs or downstairs. So this would be your guest room.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. Good size closet.
So our bathtub's 100% tile. So you get storage here, more storage here. This is our kitchen. Stainless steel fixed appliances and a patio. Like I said, all the units will have a patio.
Girl, why are you out there? And I
This is
forgot,
the
do they
master.
have washer dryer hookup?
We do have washer dryer hookups.
Okay.
These are going to be located in the kitchen.
Okay. Oh, it's a good size.
This is the master, and you will have your own private bathroom.
Oh, that is good. It's cute.
So you do get a lot of space in this one.
Yes.
The 6-inch floorboards. This one does have the laminated countertops. So instead of the quartz, that's going to be the one difference in the kitchen. The upgrades is going to be like more of a darker wood cabinet style instead of the white and gray. But
Okay.
it's still upgraded. You still get the
Yeah, it
same
still looks
appliances.
really nice.
And then also you get a washer and dryer included. Unless this is a pantry. Very nice washer and dryer. Yeah, it's still upgraded, so you will get an upgraded version. The only thing is this one doesn't have the Gucci style thing and as well as the bar. It's going to be a little bit lower.
Okay.
I still have room for like, let's say a dresser or even if you want to put a desk. It's pretty spacious.
Oh yeah, it is really big.
And then you also get 2 storage closets, you get one inside and as well as outside. One outside, yes, it's going to be in the patio. Usually the outdoor here you have, you know, store it out there. And then you have one like, it's pretty much like a coat closet, but you can put like a vacuum cleaner, pretty much just to store your
That's
items.
good space. Yeah.
And then you get the towel backsplash for the shower on this one, as well as the garden tile bathroom. So it's still an upgraded, it's exactly the same as you would have before. The only difference is gonna be the upgrades in the kitchen. So that's gonna be the main
Which the
difference.
kitchen still looks nice. This apartment was the worst. It was so small, and in the kitchen area you can tell that they like caulked something, and it wasn't done nice. It was like an inch thick of caulk, and I'm like, that don't look cute. I mean, the color scheme was ugly. Me and my cousin was just like, nah, fam. Big tub.
I think it's like 2 hangers of
I also want to go look at this place called Camden or Holly Springs. I have no idea where it's at, but that apartment is really nice. They're kind of expensive in my opinion. And the admin fee was like $300 plus the application fee, so it was like $370, and I'm like, none of that's refundable. Like, nah. So the apartment I ended up choosing, I did not view. I had them send me a video. They were catfishing, but that's a separate video. I'll talk about that later. But these are all the places that I viewed while visiting. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and comment below your favorite. TTYL.